6 weeks ago, we found 2 burn poles. We changed one out in Las Cruces. We'll change this one out. And we've changed about maybe 500 timbers, so we only got about 1,000 more to go. Because this line's old. It's our oldest one. It was built in 1968.
You can't tell it.
No, it's in good shape.
It looks like it's in great shape.
Yeah, it's in great shape. It really is. I mean, we used to climb all the time. I mean, I'm 51, been on this company 31 years, and climbing was our life. Because ever since we got these, thank you, Lord, my legs are a lot healthier. Like you say, it used to take us a whole day, 12 hours to 14 hours to change out a pole. 4 or 5 hours now, and that's either dead or hot.
Kurt?
Yes, sir.
Tell us where we are.
Actually, what are these mountains, Mike?
Big. When did you decide you want to do all this?
When I started working here about 13 years ago, when I was a part-timer here, and I was just helping out, and I figured, man, this is what I want to do, help these guys out. At least I think I'm helping them out.
Ronnie?
Yes, sir.
You look pretty serious.
Getting into the
most serious thing here, getting a drink of water.
Oh, I need a water bill.
Can you believe we're getting paid for this too? They better pay us.
I'm jealous.
I answered my own question, didn't I?
Yeah. I told him the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice.
Our wives won't let us go no more if they don't pay us.
I was mentioning earlier, though, it's such a beautiful country up here that you hate to have to cut all these trees out of here. But it's our job to keep the lights on, I guess. So something that has to get done. This crew's gone 14 years now without a lost time accident, and if one of us should get injured, we need to know what to do. I couldn't stand the fact to see somebody get hurt or actually lose somebody out here. But then of course there's old Mike. Sometimes we kind of wish we could lose him.
Bubbly.
Bubbly.
Pretty much the old guys that are still here are the same ones that started. But Art came from Cruces, and Scott and Brew came from the distribution maintenance side. Scott and Brew, both. One guy. But we got 2 guys that are pretty sick, so that's why they're not out here with us. I just made a bucket truck for them. We just raffled it off and got quite a bit of, quite a lot of money for them, for all their medical bills.
So tell me, what happened?
We made a bucket truck, like an L-Tech bucket, out of wood. And I make them at home. And we raffled it off, and I think we almost got $900 for a raffle. That was pretty good. They just raffled it off yesterday.
And that's going towards medical bills?
Medical bills and drugs and medical bills, and so that's pretty good.
So you guys look out for each other a lot, don't you?
We try to. We get under everybody's nerves too. But we're still a big family, I think. Hey, it's your bottle.
Bottle. Oh, thanks, Mike. Appreciate that.
You want more?
No, sir.
Okay.
Get situated, baby.
Okay.
Sometimes going down the road.
Stand by, baby. Stand by your man.
How often do you have to climb like this?
Not very often. Not anymore since they got them double elevator buckets, you know. We know a lot of times when they split up the crews,
Yeah.
you know, one of us is climbing. If we have to, you know. You really never get away from it. Art does because he's a senior man. Watching that sling slide in the pit. Family tradition, baby.
If I was a lineman from any place else, I'd want to come here. As far as working conditions, you cannot beat the Big Island.
Every island is unique. I believe every island has its own identity. You know, Kauai, Oahu, Maui, and the Big Island.
We work different than the guys on the mainland do. We work for our conditions and how things are here.
We go into the lava fields, we work in the lava fields, and sometimes we end up in the forest somewhere or, in town, So it's really different. It's fun, I like it.
In the old days when they wanted power, they said, yeah, just bring it in. They ran it through pasture land, through wherever, the straightest line they could. Wherever they could get it, that's where they ran it. And now a lot of these lines we don't have access to.
Some of those lines are still up, and it's a little different than driving up on a nice wide boulevard to a job site.
I mean, at my place, we just got street addresses last year, so to find somebody's place in the middle of the night down a one-lane dirt road through the jungle, it's kind of tough.
Some people just want a job, but you gotta want to be a lineman to be a lineman. And then if you don't want it, there's a lot of pride in this job. If you don't have the pride, then you're gonna have a hard time. And you're gonna want to do it.
We do. We take care of each other on the job. We tease and rag each other a lot, though.
You get to a situation where there's a pole down or a wire down, trees in the line, people that are in the dark. To me, the best part of my career was getting the lights back on as soon as I could. I took a lot of pride in that. I still do.
It's different than it was in the old days, We work side by side with some of the old timers, and they broke their back doing what we do now. And with a bucket, you can do twice the work in half the time.
I wish we had back then what we have now, because I wouldn't be so beat up if we did.
Working from the pole is different. You don't have the reach you have with a bucket. You just work it different.
To work in a job like this, and the danger that is involved and having people you work with, you're gonna have to trust them, and they're gonna have to trust you.
Ohana means family. We kind of grasp that idea.
It's camaraderie, but it's bred into you from day one.
I gotta watch his back as if I would watch my own brother's back. And when he's thinking the same thing for me, and if everyone can think that same way, we become one again. You can actually work better that way. You can almost like read each other's minds. You're thinking of this, thinking of that, and to me, that's like really important.
It doesn't really matter if you like me outside of the gate, but once you pass that gate, we're best buddies.
So what's the plan this morning?
Right there to that first pole, right out, a lot of travel time. About 50 yards to the first pole and fix that hot spot.
You ain't feeding Fat Boy first?
You know, he ain't gonna do
He's
nothing but
been off
whine,
all week
complain,
last
and
week
gripe.
fishing. You think I got any sympathy for him? No.
And they found some hot spots on this terminators here. Pothead for the transmission line, which if that went bad, we could lose 2 substations easily, or it could cascade kind of like that northeast thing did.
609 line over there is still gonna be hot, so we want to make sure you keep in mind behind it's gonna be hot. And if we have to, we'll make a short jumper to keep that off focus.
This equipment's very sensitive in the substation, and it could end up tripping different lines in the substation, which could put the substation in the black. Vice versa, the other end of it. So, I mean, it could continue on substation to substation if you had a bad enough fault.
What would that do to people around here?
They wouldn't be happy because their lights would be out. It'd take quite a while to get it all back up.
Is that right?
Before we figured out what happened. I've worked with these guys hands-on at OUC for 10 years now. And I feel 100% comfortable booming up and doing anything with any guy in our department. We're trained that well. It takes you 8 years to make linemen, so you make linemen here, you pretty much know what you're doing. You know, we've had the experience and seen what can and can't go wrong and how bad this stuff can hurt you.
I bet you something in that hurricane flying around did it.
Well, this past year was really the first time a lot of guys here experienced that hurricane type thing here. We'd never really had hurricanes come through like they did last year. Not a Charlie anyway. I think they had 1,200 linemen and 800 tree trimmers come in from as far as Washington. I think we had a company in here from Washington. I mean, it tore our system up. If it hadn't have been for them guys, we'd still be trying to get people's lights back on. When you work 18, 20 hours a day, every day, you get tired. That's where you're having to watch each other really comes in. Having to trust your guys. You're half asleep walking around here trying to get lights back on. It was a tough time.
Wash it off. Come to the party.
I still get calls once a week from guys that I worked with during the hurricanes last year. How's it going, man? You're coming hunting with me this year, you know? Storms hit this year, we'll be back. I guess you could use the word brotherhood.
You know how you can find out if the cameraman's listening? Start making fun of his tennis shoes and shorts. I knew he was. All right, everybody's in the clear, ground's down. I'm gonna get a line back. 10-4. 146 loads back. We've completed our work on the 616 line. Grounds are down, men and equipment are in the clear. I'd like to release clearance 05-370 at this time.
How hot's it been the last few weeks?
Can't say that on camera. It's been extremely hot. You have to be very careful that the heat doesn't get to you.
The people we work with are fun to work with, and a lot of camaraderie. Them guys forgot that stuff. What'd y'all do with the caddis covers?
I think it's TA.
James, what'd y'all do with the caddis covers?
I didn't load them.
I'm supposed to have a good attitude. I'm supposed to be smiling. I've got this God-blessed mic on, and you forgot to cover.
He looked at me and I
They're fun to be around. They're funny, and you look forward to it. It's like going to a Lowell and Hardy movie every day. Bet you was proud of them little short legs up till now, wasn't you?
First time I'm gonna climb on a tower since I started.
You love it, and you look forward to doing it, and having a challenge of doing something that you know just not everybody can do.
Spend as much time with these guys as we do, and you're constantly looking after each other's back. When we're on the ground and they're in the air, I'm looking at every move they make and trying to pick up on something that could save their lives. And in turn, they're the same thing with me.
You're not snapped on the backside down, you're not snapped down.
It's not so much like and dislike as trust.
I mean, the most important thing, whether, in my opinion, the lights are on or off, it doesn't matter, is that everybody goes home with what they came in with. Everyone's got a wife and kids, and that's the most important thing, to go home to them.
You gotta be close. You know, we may have differences and stuff, but once we start working, put that aside and we just work. But other than that, I think I work with a great bunch of people.
You know, don't get me wrong, we have our differences too, but you know, just like brothers, but it's all forgotten. You know? It's great. The guys out here are great, all of them.
You do form a bond with these guys, and you spend more time with them than you do your family. I don't call anyone by anything other than brother. To me, it's like one family.